Hello and welcome back to another Stormworks video. Today we are going to be talking about the Hellburner MKIII supersonic fighter bomber. We're going to be going over flight systems, weapon systems, simple maneuvers for this jet. So, the Hellburner is armed with 8 hardpoints, 4 of which carrying SAR missiles. We have LRAACM, SAR-capable cruise missiles, and we have 2 Basalta guided bombs, and we have 2 Basalta guided missiles. The jet is also armed with a light autocannon for air-to-air or air-to-ground use. The max speed of the jet is Mach 1.05, with a max range at supersonic being 40 kilometers, and a max range at low subsonic being around 3 to 400 kilometers. The jet is capable of many missions, being a multi-role fighter jet. The jet is easy to fly, and flies like most other jets on the Steam Workshop. Today we will be going over all the stuff said above that I was just talking about. And first of those things will be the SAR guidance. So, currently with the LRAACM missiles, you click this SAR button, select the GPS missiles, and boom. So, currently we do not have damage on. That is a very heavy tank too. At least I don't think we have damage on. Oh. Well, it's not meant to have damage on, so we can shoot the target multiple times. I don't know why the warhead didn't detonate. So, we'll shoot another one. I want to demonstrate what it's like. These cruise missiles can do air-to-surface or even air-to-air. I've actually used them in air-to-air before, and believe it or not, they actually be pretty useful in air-to-air. For some reason, the warhead isn't detonating. I might have possibly unarmed the warhead when copy-pasting them onto the jets. But, as you can see, they do hit. They do hit very well. It's just, I didn't paste the warhead, so, yeah. That was just a mistake by me. So, missiles, you know, they have wings. I copy-pasted these, right before the video, and, they, as you can see, are having issues. I didn't set the capacitor, this kind of jet I mean, so the wings deploy too early, which is not desirable. So before you use this missile on any of your own creations, please keep in mind that a capacitor must be set in order for the missile to not do what this one is doing right now. I will reset the jet to demonstrate the rest of the features. Okay. Jet is very easy to start. You just press 1, select your weapon, turn on that, hold down the starter, and hold the up arrow to throttle up. Push the tank back. Okay. Next, we will be using our 2 Basalta guided bombs. By the way, you press hotkey 3 to bring up the landing gear. So the guided missiles, pretty simple. They're just radar guided missiles. Nothing super special about them. They were just kind of created as little placeholder missiles. They're so small that they can fit on this jet. And they're decently accurate if you get enough range. Right there, it didn't have enough air to track. And then the guided bombs also have to be dropped from a range, obviously, so that they have enough height. Here, I'll go up. They're especially good for dive bombing, because if you can get your nose on the target, the radar will immediately have a target to pick, and that will be the target that you desire. And will have an easy time tracking and destroying the target. So, as you can see, dropped. Those should be falling. If we see, yep, explosion 1, explosion 2. See? Quick and easy. Works very well. Anyways, gotta keep flying along. So, next we have laser guidance, which is as simple as putting your nose on the target while having the laser on. So, you would just kind of do that and use a laser guided bomb or missile or something, and then turn off the laser as soon as you kept the target lased for a few seconds. Next, this is a EHCS weapons computer. It has the missiles, the weapons that you can choose on there, along with the amount of ammo in the gun. Right here we have a radar protection for the old radar, the deprecated radars here, that are used for the GPS radar guidance. So basically you'd see a target on here, and you'd fire those, and then they cruise to their target. Since that doesn't have a target, it's going to be going out. So this is our RWR. Simple. It is also linked with auto chaff. If you want it on or off, you can also press 6 to manually fire chaff. The auto cannon is used by pressing spacebar and carries 30mm rounds of high explosive ammo. So the jet is very, very fast with a max speed of, as said earlier, Mach 1.05. So to accelerate to supersonic, you just hold down the throttle, max. The PID and jet controller will do the rest for you. You're going slow right now because of lag or something. Okay, here. So we're currently subsonic right now. We're transonic, as one would say. The jet goes faster, of course, with no missiles or anything on the outside. Slow down. Release everything. Okay. See, those are all the cruise missiles. We're flying as fast as they are, which is 682 kilometers an hour. That one's going faster. Okay. Alright. So, next up, we have our fuel and range, which is pretty straightforward. Fuel and range. We have our consumption meter. Yeah. The RX on the back is for the SAR modes on the jet. So we can go over some of the parts of the jet real quick. So we have a very sleek nose where the cockpit and radar's housed, obviously. So we have the primary radar in there, and if that ever gets damaged, you basically lose your primary radar. The deprecated radars are located kind of at just a little bit ahead of the middle, so they're pretty hard to lose, especially since the deprecated radar projection is mainly on this covered radar that's actually behind the cockpit. The jet is armed with 4 little jet pods here that all create a very high thrust to weight ratio. You do not want to lose one of those, because if you lose one of them, you'll have a massive thrust imbalance that can throw the entire jet off. So, when you're going supersonic, I would not recommend maneuvering. It just puts a lot of load on the engines, which can waste a lot of fuel. It's best to just kind of go straight forward, and just keep a steady flight path. When you're maneuvering, you can go as high as Mach 0.8 without any detrimental effects to fuel efficiency and the engines. But since you're going Mach 0.8, I would guess that you're going to have a little bit less range than you would normally have in the engines. Well, with the jet, I mean. Whoa. So, when you are, when you're doing very small little maneuvers around supersonic, you may lower back to transonic, just because of these massive control surfaces that cause a lot of drag. If you ever are hit by an EMP, the jet should, because of its kind of imbalanced center of gravity, it should do these very large flips, and it will keep a circle going, and it will maintain the altitude that you were at the very bottom of that circle. So you should be fine if you're hit by an EMP or something, and then the jet recovers quite easily. That was very close. Kind of smacked us. So, landing's pretty straightforward too. It's a very easy jet to land. It actually can glide. So, if you have very low amounts of fuel, and you come back around, let's say you ran out of fuel right here. Normally, in a jet, you would, kind of fall out of the sky. As you can see with this jet, it kind of does happen too, but it doesn't happen the same just because of those fans in the engines. They produce a little bit more thrust to kind of lift you. If you're going at supersonic and then you decelerate, you'll be perfectly fine. Like if you're going supersonic and you run out of fuel, if you're like running from something, let's accelerate a little bit more. So supersonic, and then fuel out. As you can see, we're still going mid-subsonic, and by keeping the aircraft level, even then, we traveled roughly, I would say we started around here. Traveled 1.5 kilometers purely off of level flight glide range, and if you're at a higher altitude, you can go way farther than that. Jet is pretty maneuverable. It's more maneuverable than a lot of jets in the game, honestly. Like those Eurofighter, AI Eurofighters, it'll outmaneuver it in the blink of an eye. This jet can hold a lot of different kinds of weapons, and is overall a pretty fun jet to fly. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.